Okay folks, welcome back to Wooden Toolman's channel and welcome back to my shop. So what I'm going to do in this video is just show you a little project that I just spent literally, an hour or so on just tinkering here. So what I'm going to make here is a disc sander, and folks, this will be the ultimate cheap disc sander because so far all I've got into this is a scrap belt that I've had laying around and a 10-inch bolt and a few nuts and washers. The pulley's wooden. There's no bearings in this. It's just some wood, and this disc is just wood. It's just stuff that I just had laying around. So after playing around with running bolts or shafts, smooth shaft through a long chunk of wood, I'm finding out that it basically will last forever. It seems like it'll be interesting to see how long this does last. It seems like once it breaks in, it just doesn't seem to wear any, and that only makes sense. These shafts are ultra smooth, and the wood is super hard. A little bit of lubricant, and it'll go for a long time. If you have the money to go buy bearings, then great. But a lot of people, what I'm finding, don't have the money, and they're not available. So to be able to build a disc sander, you'd have to kind of call or round up some parts. Well, this, mostly everybody will have this laying around. You can go and get a 10-inch bolt just about anywheres, and you can find a belt and then one of these old furnace blower motors. For the most part, most people can get a hold of a motor. So the way that I've got this done so far, and I've got to obviously spend some more time, but I couldn't resist showing you guys how far it is so far because I'm so happy with the way it's working. I've got my disc mounted here, so what I've got to do yet is I'm going to actually cut another disc the same size as this, and then I'm going to hollow out right exactly where that nut is, and then when I put this over top, you see that'll disappear, so then I'll have a perfectly flat area, and then I'll just glue my sandpaper on this disc. So then obviously I'm going to have to build a little table here, and I want to put some sort of dust collection on this. But it'll still be ultra cheap. There won't be a lot of money tied up in this, as you can see. And I haven't got a lot of time tied up in this neither. Last night when I was done doing some spraying, it just took me a few minutes. I actually cut 9 of these blocks, all the exact same. Made a simple jig right quick for my drill press that I was able to drill holes through these all in the exact same spot by sliding it in, drilling, clamping, made a little place that I could slide the block in and then drill a hole. So I had my holes all in the exact same spots, and then I just put my bolt through and put some glue on them and just, set it aside till this morning. And then this morning it was just a matter of putting a couple of screws through this block, putting my shaft through with a few washers in, and then it took the most time. It took a few minutes to get this thing running straight because when I tightened it down, it had a little wobble in it, so I had to put a little shim in behind one side, but now it's running real nice. So I'll just start it up, let it run for a second, and then I've got to get to work on some kitchen. So you can see now, and I'm amazed too, this has got quite a bit of power. If I hold against this, I can tell that I'm going to actually have no problem sanding, even though this is just a 1/3 horsepower motor. And it's running real smooth too. And then you can see I drilled little holes on the tops here that run down into the shaft, and then I can just feed a little bit of oil down through into that. And then I'll just show you quickly too how I hook my wooden pulley, because this is just a wooden pulley on the end. All I did is I drilled a hole. So once the wooden pulley was on, I just drilled a hole in this block of wood that was just big enough to get I had to beat it on actually over the end of the bolt, and then I just put a couple of screws in and then just drove a screw into beside the head of the bolt, and it's locked it in nice. It's not super pretty, but it's working. That's all that matters. So pretty straightforward. You guys keep tuning in. I'll spend a little bit more time on this when I get a little more time, and I'll finish it up, and I'll shoot you the videos to show you it all finished up. And these other projects too, folks, just be patient. Like I said, maybe you guys don't know, is I build kitchens for a living, and I got a lot of work to do right now. And as time goes on, I'll get a little bit more time, and then we'll get some of these projects finished up. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.